Hello and welcome to Daily Wellness. If you're watching this video, chances are you or someone you love is juggling multiple medications, and you're looking for practical ways to make this process easier and safer. I was talking to my neighbor Margaret last week, and she said, "I have 7 different pill bottles on my kitchen counter, and sometimes I honestly can't remember if I took my morning blood pressure medication." Margaret's story is incredibly common. Studies show that 87% of adults over 65 take at least 1 prescription medication daily, and more than a third are managing 5 or more different medicines. What we're talking about today isn't just about following doctors' orders. It's about giving yourself confidence and peace of mind that comes with knowing you're taking the right medication at the right time in the right way. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk about simple, practical strategies that can make medication management feel much more manageable. Understanding the complexity. Managing medications gets more complex as we age, and that's not your fault. Our bodies change, our health needs evolve, and the healthcare system can sometimes feel overwhelming. When you were younger, you might have taken an aspirin for a headache and called it a day. But now, you might have 1 pill for blood pressure that needs to be taken in the morning with food, another for cholesterol that works best at bedtime, and maybe a third for arthritis that can't be taken with certain other medications. Here's something that might surprise you even if you've been taking the same medications for years. They might affect you differently now. As we age, our kidneys and liver process medications more slowly, which means drugs can stay in our system longer and potentially cause different side effects. There's also what doctors call polypharmacy, taking multiple medications at once. Sometimes this is necessary, but the more medications you take, the higher the chance they might interact with each other. I remember talking to Robert, who was taking medications prescribed by 3 different doctors. The problem was, none of these doctors really knew what the others had prescribed. Robert ended up feeling dizzy and confused for weeks before someone figured out that 2 of his medications were working against each other. Here's the good news. Most medication-related problems are completely preventable. It's about developing simple systems and habits that work for your lifestyle. Creating your master medication list. The foundation of good medication management starts with creating a master medication list. And when I say master list, I mean everything. Prescription medications, over-the-counter drugs, vitamins, supplements, and even herbal teas you drink regularly. Here's why this matters. If you end up in the emergency room or seeing a new specialist, the first question they'll ask is, what medications are you taking? You might remember the big ones, but forget about that vitamin D supplement or fish oil. Even seemingly harmless supplements can interact with prescription medications in dangerous ways. For each medication, write down 4 key pieces of information. First, the name, both generic and brand name. Second, the exact dose, not just 1 pill, but 20 milligrams. Third, when you take it, morning, evening, with meals on empty stomach. Fourth, why you're taking it, blood pressure, cholesterol, pain management. Here's a game changer tip. Take a photo of each medication bottle with your phone. Make sure you can clearly see the label. This way, if you can't remember exact details, you'll have everything right there. Keep this list in multiple places. Put a copy in your wallet, keep one on your refrigerator, and give a copy to your closest family member. Update it every time something changes. Proper storage and organization. Instead of keeping blood pressure medication in the bathroom and vitamins in the kitchen, designate one specific area as your medication headquarters. This could be a kitchen counter section, a bedroom drawer, or wherever feels convenient for your daily routine. Make sure this area is cool and dry, not the steamy bathroom, and not near the stove. Ensure it's secure, especially if grandchildren visit, or if any medications are particularly powerful. Every few months, go through your medication area and throw away anything expired. Expired medications can lose effectiveness or become harmful. Don't just toss them in trash. Many pharmacies have safe disposal programs, daily organization systems. The most effective tool for most people is a pill organizer. If you take medications once daily, a simple 7-day organizer might be perfect. Fill them all at once, usually Sunday evening, for the entire week. If you take medications multiple times daily, look for organizers with multiple compartments per day: morning, noon, evening, bedtime. Get an organizer with compartments big enough to fit all your pills comfortably. Consider the mechanics too. If you have arthritis or limited hand dexterity, look for organizers with large, easy-to-open compartments. Some have push-button tops that are much easier than small, tight-fitting lids. When should you fill your organizer? Most experts recommend weekly, picking the same day and time to make it routine. Sunday evening works well because it sets you up for the week. Technology can help too. Smartphone apps like MediSafe or CareZone can send notifications when it's time for medications, track when you've taken them, and remind you about prescription refills. Consider involving family supportively. Maybe your daughter calls Sunday evenings while you fill your organizer, or your spouse helps double-check everything's in the right place. This isn't about giving up independence. It's creating a support system for safety and health. Active communication with healthcare providers. Become an active participant in your healthcare rather than a passive recipient. This means asking questions, sharing concerns, and ensuring all providers work together as a team. Bring your master medication list to every medical appointment. Primary care, specialists, urgent care, even eye exams or dental cleanings. Any provider might need to know your medications. Before prescribing something new, don't be afraid to ask questions. If your doctor prescribes something new, ask what it's for, how long you'll need it, what side effects to watch for, and whether it interacts with your other medications. It's okay to ask if you really need all your medications. Sometimes people continue taking medications prescribed for temporary conditions long after they've resolved, or lifestyle changes like weight loss or exercise might mean you need less medication. Mention side effects, even minor ones. Sometimes what feels like aging, fatigue, concentration, trouble, dizziness, might actually be medication side effects that can be addressed. Building healthy medication habits. Managing medication safely isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent and proactive. The strategies we've discussed, creating a master list, organizing medications for your lifestyle, and actively communicating with your healthcare team, aren't complicated, but they can enormously impact your health and quality of life. Start small. This week, create that master medication list. Next week, invest in a good pill organizer and establish a filling routine. The following week, schedule a medication review with your doctor or pharmacist. Remember, you're the most important member of your healthcare team. You know how you feel daily, you experience side effects, and you live with medication decisions. Don't be afraid to speak up, ask questions, and advocate for yourself. Taking control of your medication. Management isn't just about following instructions. It's about taking charge of your health and maintaining your independence. With the right systems in place, you can feel confident that you're doing everything possible to stay healthy and safe. If this video helped, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Daily Wellness. Next week, we'll discuss creating a safe home environment as we age. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What medication management challenges are you facing? What strategies work for you? Until next time, take care of yourselves and remember, small, consistent steps toward better health lead to big improvements in how you feel every day. Thanks for watching Daily Wellness.